We know you're good with selling your Vivica A. Fox wigs. We know you do the Life Alert commercials or whatever. We know you're good. You're happy with your pay. But other people, other black women are being undercut. Welcome to La Vida Rosa. I'm your host, Pinky, and today we're going to be talking about all the controversy with the promotion and the behind the scenes of The Color Purple. So if you'd like to see more, then just stay tuned, like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into this video. First of all, I want to say congratulations to The Color Purple because I see that it is the second biggest Christmas Day opening of all time after making $18 million at the box office, and that is a huge feat. This is a black cast, and also this is a remake. I'm not gonna lie, this movie isn't necessarily my cup of tea. I think I will watch it eventually, but it's a musical, y'all, and I just can't be stuck in a movie theater with a musical. I have to let me watch that at home on my own time and let me take a break when I need to, because I'm just not a big musical person. There are exceptions to the rule. I used to love Tyler Perry plays and things like that. I love Dreamgirls. But it's like, sometimes I get a little aggravated. But that's besides the point. Congratulations to all of the actors and actresses in the movie. But it seems like not only are people interested in this movie, but the drama around the movie. So first we're going to kick this off with Taraji P. Henson, because she really shook the table by expressing her feelings towards being a black actress in Hollywood and feeling like even though she's been fighting so hard to receive the accolades, she's been in this industry for years and years and years. If you look on old episodes of Sister, she's like playing one of their friends. She's been acting pretty much ever since I was a child. And you know, she's elevated, and she played a huge role in Benjamin Button. But it turns out Brad Pitt was making way more money than she was, and she was Oscar nominated from that film. Not to mention she won a Golden Globe for her role of Cookie Lyon in Empire. Even after those accolades, she still has to fight for fair pay, and that's really sad.
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up is a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such and such made $10 million, no, that's not, that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%. That's right. Okay? So do the math. Now we have $5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed. Sometimes not more. After what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. So I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired.
That was very hard to hear, because obviously she was breaking down, and this is something that really is affecting her. A lot of people saw where she was coming from, because this is across the board for black women. It's a double whammy. We're a woman, so we automatically get paid less than a man, and we're black. That speaks for herself in this country. No matter how well she does, no matter how well her movies do, she still has to fight for a certain amount of prices that I'm sure her white counterparts just automatically get. I feel like that's the quiet part she didn't necessarily say out loud. Not only that, she feels the need to fight for the younger black actresses coming up so that they don't have to deal with that sort of thing. You know, other actresses came out in support. Gabrielle Union in particular came out support of what she was saying.
I'm a black actress and producer in Hollywood. Of course, I'm going to have to work until it's the end, because we can't retire. We don't make enough.
A lot of people were supportive of what Gabrielle Union was saying, even though there were people that were criticizing, oh, Wham, crybaby, you're crying over millions of dollars. But really, I think you should take more so of the message than the actual numbers. I think the numbers threw people off, but if you listen to what she's saying, people in your everyday life deal with that same thing when they're going to work. A lot of people also were criticizing the fact that, why are y'all supporting Taraji P. Henson? Why are y'all standing up for Taraji P. Henson? When years ago, Monique came out and said the same exact thing. And just so happens that she was criticizing OPRAH, who is also one of the people that is running the show over at The Color Purple. I feel like that's a good question. Yeah, Monique was a little bit more vocal, and she named names. Okay, she didn't mind naming names. All right. And she kept her foot on their neck for years. She took a lot of bullets that she didn't deserve, because look at Taraji now. She's able to say that without having a huge backlash the way Monique did. Now, when Taraji came out talking about that pay discrepancy, they were like, not on The Color Purple, not with OPRAH being over it. Did you really have that same issue with this movie? Her co-star, Danielle Brooks, who I love Danielle Brooks. I loved her in Orange is the New Black, by the way. But she also spoke out and said that the cast didn't have food or their own dressing rooms on set until Taraji spoke up and talked to OPRAH about it.
They did not give us it. Sorry, Miss O. We didn't have no food. She had no idea. She had no idea. She had no idea. I heard about it.
Now, when that part came out, OPRAH was sitting right there. Taraji made it clear that she talked to OPRAH about it. OPRAH rectified the situation as soon as she found out. But then there was a clip that came out where it seemed like OPRAH was giving her a little bit of the cold shoulder. It looked like Taraji might be welling up with tears. It looked like there was a little icy friction ever since Taraji came out and spoke on what she was speaking on.
Child, I just want to know, what did OPRAH do to Taraji? Like, check this out. Look how she walk up, right? They all walking up. Look at it. Okay, look. They don't greet each other. Taraji looking over here in space, just so she don't have to make eye contact with OPRAH. OPRAH doesn't turn to the side and say anything to her. Okay, I can't remember her name. I think her name is Danielle, this other actress. I don't know. I'm not going to lie on her, but I love her. Here come Fantasia. And look, she right there by Taraji, right? Right? And look what she do. Look what she do. Scoot them down and get at the end. Now, where y'all know OPRAH to want to miss up on being in the middle in a photo?
Now, OPRAH claims it was just cold outside and, you know, there wasn't more to that video. People are making it more than what it was. I don't know. You know, it could have been that. But Taraji did look like she was holding back tears. She could have been holding back tears because sometimes when the wind blows real hard, my eyes will get really teary. So it could have been that as well. Maybe she just didn't want to have tears rolling down her face in the pictures. But it did seem a little bit standoffish between the two. I can't even lie. And people were picking up on that, and they ended up asking OPRAH on the red carpet about it.
We have a cast of black women.
I would just like to say about this whole Taraji, you know, I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this. Say that is true.
I think she would vouch for that. I can vouch for that.
Look, I really don't think that OPRAH is handling the day-to-day of what's going on with the cast and how they're treated. But I don't know. A part of me just feels like this is a passion project for you. This is a movie that you originally played in. I just would think that they would get rolled out the red carpet when it came to their dressing rooms, when it came to all of their accommodations. You know what I'm saying? Especially with a black woman being over it. I just find it hard to believe that she would treat Meryl Streep like that. I think she would take a little bit more time to make sure. I feel like they really should have gotten the Hollywood treatment just like they would on any other major Hollywood film production. I just do. I also feel like OPRAH could have been giving her the cold shoulder after Taraji said the things that she said and kind of exposed what was going on behind the scenes. But only time will tell. We see how Monique was blackballed after she didn't play ball. Now, I told y'all while they were rolling out this film and promoting this film, Taraji has had so much to say about what went on behind the scenes and, you know, how she's been treated. As well, she very well has every right to do. Well, there have been some actresses that have had opposing responses. For instance, Taraji was upset about the fact that instead of sending a car to come pick her up and take her to and from the studio every day, they gave them rental cars so they can drive themselves. And in response to that, this is what Fantasia had to say.
Ask for my own car because I like to drive myself. I'm a Southern woman.
Without the context, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. If that's what you choose to do, that's fine. But you know, your co-star just said that she felt like that wasn't right. Can we have a little bit more solidarity? And you know, from what we see, Fantasia and Taraji P. Henson, they seem to have a strong friendship. They seem to be very cool. Taraji has a lot more experience when it comes to being an actress. She's been in A-list films, so she knows the accommodations that come with being in this sort of film. From what I've seen, it seems like they were skipping corners and stuff like that, and she was calling that out. And so this was the time for Fantasia to sit back, relax, and kind of learn from the master. Just not saying that would have been more supportive than putting that out there and kind of making it seem like, well, I'm a Southern woman, so I'm not too bougie to drive. I didn't like it. And then we have Vivica Fox, and this is what she had to say about what Taraji said when asked about it.
Is this the perfect time to kind of talk about that in the right platform?
You know, darling, to each his own. Do you know what I mean? I'm very happy, very blessed. And to each his own. I didn't have that experience, so, you know, but to get your piece out is important. I totally understand that. And I love my girls for looking out for each other. But I'm good.
I don't think what she said was wrong. I don't think what she said was disrespectful. And she very well could have had a totally different experience than Taraji. Did you have to answer that question? Like, it's not like you were on a Diane Sawyer interview and she's drilling you and really trying to get that answer out of you. That's not something that you necessarily had to answer. Even though that might not be your experience, you know that there are other Black actresses that have that same experience. Viola Davis has spoken on this before. Monique has spoken on this before. You know, we've heard this before, especially that last, I'm good. Like, we know you're good with your Lifetime checks. We know you're good with, you know, we know you're good with the Hallmark movies. We know you're good with selling your Vivica A. Fox wigs. We know you do the Life Alert commercials or whatever. We know you're good. You're happy with your pay. But other people, other Black women are being undercut. And then we see Gabrielle Union shading Vivica Fox by liking a tweet that says, so then the last thing I want to talk about is the actress that plays a young Celie in the movie was not invited to the Golden Globes, and she posted a TikTok kind of throwing shade in a joking way, letting everybody know that she didn't get an invitation.
Oh, right. I wasn't invited, but I'm wearing my purple to cheer on my Color Purple fam. Go Fantasia and Danielle. Woo! And don't worry, I'll be a nominee in a few years.
And what I have to say about that is I looked it up and the movie is not nominated for a Golden Globe. I did see that like the main characters were invited, Taraji, Fantasia, Danielle Brooke, like OPRAH, they were there. So how big was her role in the movie? Like, I don't think everybody gets invited, especially if you're not nominated for one of the awards. I'm not saying, you know, my feelings might have been a little hurt too. You know, I'm not mad at her for throwing a shade, but I can kind of understand why you might not get the invite, especially since your name isn't that big just yet. I do like her attitude of saying she would be a nominee in a couple of years. Oh, another controversy around this movie, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in another video, but the whole Halle Bailey, everybody was speculating whether she was pregnant, especially during this press run. Can I tell you, her stylist, top tier, because even though we knew, everybody knew in the back of their mind, we all speculated whether or not she was pregnant, but you just could not really tell by what she was wearing. Everything she wore camouflaged it so well. You know what I'm saying? We saw it in her face and different spots or whatever, maybe the heavy breathing, but we could not see it elsewhere because of her styling. So shout out to them. All right, that's all I have for this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all of these controversies surrounding this movie down below. Did y'all actually go watch the movie? How was it? And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.